Hi everyone! Today I want to show you my manga collection. I'm actually a huge fan of anime and manga, but my manga collection is not really that big because in my country the publishing of manga in my native language started like a few years ago. Honestly, it wasn't really popular back here at the time, so I don't really have that big of a variety of series on my hands, and I don't really have that much volumes of the series that I do have. But as I said, I'm a huge fan of manga and anime. I watched like over 100 of animes when I was a little bit younger, but I'm still a very big fan. I regularly rewatch something or reread something. I am currently in the process of rewatching one of my favorite series and in rereading one of my favorites manhwa actually, because there are a difference between manga and manhwa and all that, but I don't want to get into the specifics of everything right now. So yeah, I just wanna show off what I have on my hands, talk a little bit about all the series that I do have, because most of them are like my one of my most favorite series, and I'm patiently waiting for more series to be published in my country. Because actually, I mean, with just books, it's kind of sometimes it's cheaper to just buy books in English than in my native language, and it's quicker because you don't have to wait for them to be translated. But with manga, it's not actually cheaper for me to buy it in English, and it's kind of handy to buy it in English. So I don't really have a choice but to wait for it to be published in my country, and I just hope that some of my favorite series are going to get published soon, because I have like quite a few series that I'm dreaming about publishing in my country. So yeah, so let's move on, and I will start showing off everything that I have. So first of all, these three volumes were actually a gift from my friend, and they are actually in Polish. That's not in Ukrainian, they are in Polish. So those are 22nd, 23rd, and 24th volumes of Noragami. This is my all-time favorite series, manga anime, because there is an anime adaptation, but it covers only like a tiny bit of the manga. So I am also a huge fan of the manga. And as I know, it's already finished, but I did not read everything yet. I desperately need to reread it, but I just don't really have the time right now, and I'm actually really scared to reread it because I don't know. At first, it seems like a very light-hearted series, but as the story progresses, it gets like really heartbreaking, and there are a lot of hard stuff in here. So that's the reason I'm kind of scared to reread it and to know how this ends. So I just really love it. I was really glad when my friend gave those to me. It was a present for my birthday, as if I remember correctly, and they are really pretty. Like, I love it. Those covers are really great, and I just love the fact that I have these volumes on my hands, because Noragami isn't published in my country as of right now, and I really hope it will be published sometime in the future, and then I will definitely be collecting all of it. I actually can read in Polish. I kind of understand Polish, not really well, not in an intermediate level, but still, I can kind of understand what is happening, even though it's in Polish. So yeah. By the way, it's not only my all-time favorite anime manga series. It is also my very first anime that I watched. My friend also introduced me to it because at the time I wasn't really up to the idea of watching anime. But I am really, really, really glad that I changed my mind and I got immersed into anime world because it just means a lot to me. Anime was with me like in my teenage years, and as I said, it just means a lot to me. It just introduced me to this whole community of anime, manga, and just all this stuff. And I'm really, really glad that I got introduced to it. And this manga and anime, as apart from everything that I've said, is just basically is really, really good. It's just a story about a Japanese god who is kind of forgotten, and he's just trying to, build up his fame and gain a lot of followers of his. And just basically it, you just see his story, how everything is playing out for him. And as I said, I love this story a lot. And basically the main character, this god, is also one of my favorite characters of all time. So yeah, I definitely recommend checking out this series, and I definitely need to get back into it and reread it and see how the story ends. Because I'm really curious, but I'm really scared as well. Next one, I have the manga Leviathan. It's actually, as much as I know, it wasn't published in Japan, so I don't really know whether it can be called manga or not. It's I think it was originally published in France. So yeah, it's actually not mine. It's my boyfriend's manga, but I still read it, so I'm just gonna show it as well. So it's actually a really, really dark manga with a lot of gore in it. So if you don't really like that kind of stuff, I do not recommend it to you because it's just really cruel. But the story of it is really entertaining. It's about a space pirates, and they find an abandoned ship in the space, and they just you know go through it to find something available. But they find a diary from a boy who was on this spaceship, and they discover the story of what happened on this ship and what kind of tragedy occurred in there. So yeah, as I said, if you like something really dark, then it's definitely for you, especially considering that it's only a 3 volume series, so that's basically all you have to read. Also, the art in this story is really, really great. It's kind of more realistic than you can usually see in manga. So, yeah, if you like some mystery, something really dark, then it's definitely for you. It's like a really good read for a night that you can spend some time just getting through this story. So moving on, I have another one of my all-time favorite series, and that's Full Metal Alchemist. I once again, I am a huge fan of anime. I actually didn't read manga, but I watched anime, both 2003 and 2009 versions of it. But as I'm a big fan of anime, I just doesn't have really anything against also picking up the manga and having it on my shelves, especially considering that it's such a beautiful publication because it has sprayed edges and It's just kind of like a deluxe edition because it is paperback, but the paper itself is like I don't know what's the texture of the paper is like, but it's not the usual paper you have in books. It's kind of like a magazine paper or something like that, and there are actually colored pages in here. I just want to find one really quick. Mm, For example, like this one. I don't know whether my camera is focusing well on it. I hope that you will be able to see. I have 3 volumes of this series on my hands, and I think there are another 2 published already, but I just didn't get it on my hands yet. I hope I will get it pretty soon. So this story is about 2 brothers who are alchemists, and they are trying to revive their mother. Their experiment with it goes very wrong, and one of them ends up without one leg and one hand, and another one loses his body as a whole. So his brother kind of make his soul stay with some kind of object, so he is just he is a knight without a body inside, so he is still able kind of to live, but not really as a usual person. So it's a story of them trying to get what they lost back, but it's honestly so much more than just that. It's such an amazing and a complex story, and I don't know, it has so many amazing characters, just and so many different topics that it brings up, and I absolutely recommend either watching or reading it. If you are going to watch it, like, I recommend to watching both versions because they are both amazing. It's kind of the same at the beginning, but the ending and basically the second part of the story is completely different, and the earlier version is actually quite a lot darker than the version of 2009, and basically the manga is what Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is based on. So Brotherhood completely follows the manga, and just a Full Metal Alchemist has a different ending to this story. So as I said, it's one of my all-time favorite series. I am looking forward to getting all of the volumes on my shelves, and yeah, definitely recommend everyone that is for everyone who didn't already watch it or read it, because it's kind of like a classics in the anime world. So but if you still didn't watch it, I invite you. I would have been so glad to watch it for the first time. It was such an amazing journey. I can't even tell with the words how good this story is. So let's move on. I still have 2 series to go, and firstly, I need to get them out of this shelf. So I will be back in a minute. So the next series I want to talk about is Blue Lock. I actually am a huge fan of sport anime or manga. I absolutely love Haikyuu, and I absolutely love Diamond Noise. That's like my top 2 sports anime, and it's my number 3rd sports series that I've read. I actually this is a series that I was firstly introduced to manga. I read it before the anime adaptation came out, and I absolutely loved it. So, if you're a big fan of sports anime but you are kind of bored or tired of all the premise that about teamwork and everything like that, this series is for you. Because even though it's about football, it isn't really about teamwork and everything like that. This series kind of follows the idea that the best player, the best striker, to be exact, is a person who is extremely egoistic, who just very self-centered, and that's basically what the story is about. It follows a lot of boys who just kind of trying to prove that they are the biggest egoists, and they are the one who can become the best striker in the world. It is an absolutely interesting series. It's just really cool. I love it. Even though it kind of does not encourage you to have some type of team friendship, there are still quite a lot of friendships in here that are absolutely beautiful, and just the games in here are absolutely epic. I am one of those people that I don't care whether it's a battle scene or a football game. I am just every time will be sitting on the edge of my seat waiting for the conclusion of the action that is happening, whether it's a battle or a game. So yeah. So I have the first volume, the second one, and the third one. That's actually my favorite character in here. As much as I remember, there are another two volumes that are translated in my language already, but it's just the same as with Full Metal Alchemist. I just wasn't able to get my hands on them as of right now, but I am definitely planning to do so. So moving on, we have the last series that I have on my hands, and it's once again one of my favorite series of all time, and it's Tokyo Revengers. I don't know, it kind of has quite a lot of mixed opinions about it, but I absolutely love it. I just love all the characters in here, and just I really love our main character, because he kind of isn't really our usual main characters we can see in like sonens or something like that. He's kind of unique, and I really like it about him. So I have how much? I have 9 volumes on my hands, and I think that's everything that is published as of right now in my country. First volume, second one, third one. That's my favorite character in here. Fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. I don't think I will be able to hold it. Eighth and ninth. So this is a story about kind of like Tokyo teenage gangs. Basically, it's story about gangs, but the premise of the story is that our main character is going back in time to save his girlfriend when he was like 13. I don't know which grade of school that is in Japan, but he was 13, and he is trying to save his girlfriend of that time, who dies in 12 years because of criminals in Tokyo that are called Tokyo Manji. And basically this gang was starting to form up just exactly 12 years ago, and he's trying to solve it to make it better, and that's basically it. I absolutely love all the plot twist in this story. You never know what is going to happen, and the main character just has to go back and forth in time so many times, and you always are surprised what is going on in the future or in the past. So yeah, I absolutely love the story. I love the characters. I love the fights, which are not really like a fights children should be having. Absolutely not. It just gets really serious and really cruel quite quickly. I would recommend it if you like fast-paced plots, epic fights, some time traveling, because it's basically a story about time traveling. It has actually a really cool love story in here and a lot of amazing friendships, but it still has a lot of heartbreaking moments. There was a moment when I was firstly reading it that I couldn't recover for like a week after I read it. I was still going on about why did this happen? Just why? This story actually is also finished, and I also did know what how this is going to be finished because I did not read the ending yet. I need to reread all this story and basically read the ending for the first time because I'm really curious and I'm really scared how this is going to end. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that Blue Lock is ongoing series as much as I know, and Full Metal Alchemist is also finished. So yeah, that's basically all of my manga collection in physical copies. But I read so much more than I own right now. I've read so much more. I watched so much more, and maybe in the future I will be talking a little bit more about my favorite anime and my manhwa favorites because I do have a few of those that I absolutely love. So yeah, I I will consider doing it later on because I don't know how to like. I'm still figuring out whether I want it to be like mainly books content or just kind of a mix of my hobbies. So yeah. So I was really glad to see you. Hope you liked this video. I hope you had a lot of fun watching it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.